man, just tell me what this game means to you as far as being a Hurricane.
Well, I mean, so now that I'm on the sidelines and meaning like sitting back and watching the game, it means more to the community and as a citizen of the community, and you just want to see Miami come away with the win. It is an interstate rivalry. There's always been heated battles there, or trash talking on the field. So but coming from the 305 and representing 954 and 561, you always want to see South Florida come away with the win, specifically the Miami Hurricanes.
Speaking with the Canes legend, Randall Thrill Hill. Randall, as a former Cane from the 80s and 90s, a lot of you guys, did you guys kind of feel cheated that you never got to play Florida, that Florida basically ran from you guys?
No, because all right. So when I came in '87, I played against Florida. We beat the hell out of Florida. We beat them like 50-something to 4, and the 4 was because Willis Pegues snapped the ball over our punter's head twice.
Right?
So, yeah, twice. Right. So it is what it is. Some men step up, some men step down, and I guess Florida decided to step down at that particular point because they couldn't handle the heat of South Florida. But that's the political part of it. I don't blame the players, and I'm a little bit more mature now. So I did have one battle against Florida. We beat the hell out of them, and that was it.
Cleo, you want to answer? Okay. So Randall, This, as far I listen, I saw Mario and when I saw Mario about a few months back, and he whispered in my ear and said, "Bro, I'm getting the program back to where it was," and that's far fetched to say to where it was at the capacity in which we played at that particular time. But if we can just have a remnants of what we used to be, come this Saturday, man, I think Florida be in trouble.
Well, so games are won, and this. Games are won Monday through Friday. They're not won on Saturday. You got to put in the work. In other words, you got to put in the work, and you have to put in you have to sacrifice. And I don't think some of the nationwide. I don't think that a lot of the athletes now understand the hard work that comes with trying to be the best or wanting to be the best. The drum major instinct, the want, will, and or desire to be the best. Now, I know Mario. You know Mario. He believes in working. He's old school. But if we can get these players, if Mario can get his players to buy into that type of work ethic, that games are won during the week, during practice, I think University of Miami will be a better team. They'll be better prepared. And a lot of these questions that people have about the University of Miami as to what happened to them, when are they going to be back, are they going to ever come back to the national prominence, would be answered if these guys put in the work. I'm not out there every day. I'm too busy trying to save the world one day at a time, kind of like Blade. Even Blade made a return in this last movie with Deadpool. So, but with that, like I said, if they put in the work, then they should be fine.
So, being with the Hurricane Nation, right? Which you guys all bought in. What would satisfy the hunger of a fan, a Hurricane fan, this weekend? Is it a blowout win? Is it a 1-point walk-off field goal win? What would satisfy the thirst of the Hurricane fan this weekend?
Well, okay, so let me explain something to you. So and Leon sat in on some of these meetings, and I hate being that person to say, well, when I was playing, but that's all I have left when it comes to the University of Miami. So our very first, the first game we played, it was against the University of Florida, and we beat the hell out of them. But the second game that we played was very interesting to me because we played against Arkansas. And I remember Dave Campo coming in, and because Jimmy Johnson would let each one of the coaches give a speech about that particular game, going into preparation. And Dave Campo gets up there, and also Butch Davis, and they're talking about, well, you're going into a hostile territory, and you guys are going to love this, and the fans are going to be yelling and spitting on you, and they're going to be, throwing things at you, and this is exactly what we need. And I'm looking around like, okay, these people are crazy. That ain't where I want to be, right? but when a team can go into an opposing lion's den, okay, and make their fans leave the game because their own team is not showing up because you have put them to rest and put them to sleep, that is what is satisfying to me. So, that is what the hunger that Leon may have to see when we say the University of Miami coming back. It's not just winning a game.
Right.
So you ask me, will you be happy with University of Miami? No, no. You have to, embarrass. You have to score as many points as you possibly can, which hopefully is over 50. That's my mentality. Sorry, I'm not one of those guys. I'm not one of those guys that, okay, well, here's a participation trophy. Get the hell out of here. You have to embarrass these people.
You have to, you guys want to impose your will on them, basis what you want to do. You want to break them, right?
No, I think I said embarrass. You said break. I said embarrass. I'm not going to mince words. I said embarrass.
So Randall, so then the question obviously is where has that been for 2 decades? And it's not like the players aren't there in South Florida, because we see them going to other places like Jerry Jeudy and Amari Cooper and all those, and the Bosa brothers, and they're all going elsewhere. So
right.
So why has it been gone for 2 decades?
So first, first off, let me say this: it's not necessarily getting these 5-star, 6-star, 10-star, 12-star, 15-star players. Who cares about them? You have to have the right players with the right attitude, the right mentality that will refuse to lose at any cost. Okay? So some of the players that you name, I could care less about. Leon would tell you when you guys go to break, we won with players who were not highly rated. And then I'll even give you an example. So I was a highly rated defensive back. I never played wide receiver until I got to the University of Miami.
Wow.
So this is not about hell. Look at Alonzo Highsmith, the great Alonzo Highsmith. He played defensive line. Nobody knew him as a running back or a fullback. But again, that is the want and will and or desire to be the best. So a lot of these players now, they're too busy thinking about the NIL deals. They're too busy thinking about, well, I'm going to go into the transfer portal. They are lucky that I'm not king of the world, because I would have a lot of rules in place that would allow players to have that type of financial stability with the NIL deals. But you know what? You're going to have some responsibility too. For example, if you go to a school like the University of Miami, University of Florida, Florida State, or D1 school, okay, yeah, you get this NIL deal for, let's just say, $1 million. Okay, you get $200,000 of it. Okay, you can't get the rest of it until you graduate. Or if you transfer, you don't get the rest of it at all. There needs to be some types of parameters. So you ask me, where has all this been? Okay, again, a lot of these young individuals and tomorrow's leaders and possibly future Hall of Famers in the NFL. They are, I guess they're still breastfeeding. I don't know. But I'm just not that way. And if you sit down, and I don't know how well you know Leon, and if you talk to Leon, hey, listen, Leon don't know. He doesn't remember. I've had conversations with Leon. I've talked to Leon about his parents, specifically his dad.
Right.
That's one of those guys who I would love to sit down and talk to. These are backgrounds of individuals who set the standard. And I don't know where that is in today's athlete. You still have great athletes. You still have guys who can run fast. They're running faster. They're running better routes. I'm not going to say they're better catching, better receivers, because with the gloves that they wear, you shouldn't drop any damn thing.
Yeah, you're right.
But again, some of these athletes are entitled. Some of them don't work as hard as you got to understand something. Where are these athletes? Okay. Well, they're definitely not on the field practicing the way we did, because I know in the off season we practice without a coach, doing 7-on-7, 1-on-1 from 1 o'clock in the afternoon until the sun went down.
Mm.
And we still had the highest graduation rate in the country.
True. You're right.
So, so I can preach if y'all want me to.
Hey, so Randall, hey, we appreciate you. And before we go to break, we got a special guest. Someone just walked in the door and wanted to say hi to you.
Hey, Randall Hill, this is Dave Campo, the guy that got up and said he wanted you to get in there and go after some people in a hostile environment. You know darn good and well you love going in there. And number two, how the heck did I lose you as a DB?
Well, you got to talk to that young man with the straight hair who made that decision and made that call. But again, when you have, and I'm glad that Dave's on, because he will sustain and or sign off on what I'm saying. Practices were extremely tough and downright brutal, so that the games were easy. Mm-hmm. And this was because of our coaches. This is because of our families. You had coaches, you had former players to say, okay, hey, listen, don't go out there on that damn field and embarrass your family. Don't embarrass your mama. I remember playing against Notre Dame, and Tolbert Bain goes up to Tim Brown and said, man, it's a shame how you embarrassing your mama like this. But that's because, we stuck together. It was the University of Miami against the world. You had your family there. You had, the support of the ghost of hurricanes past. And then, you had the coaches with the know-how. Dave Campbell's on now. Think about it. On that coaching staff, how many coaches went on to become head coaches? That is unheard of. But that's because they taught us exactly what they wanted to teach us, and they knew that we didn't want to embarrass them, we didn't want to embarrass our family, and we definitely didn't want to embarrass the community.
Randall, one more for you.
Yes, sir.
Who's faster, you or Tyreek?
Tyreek, listen, I am
in your
very honest.
In your heyday. Not
in my
now.
heyday.
I know you can't run now.
yeah, right? No, Tyreek is definitely faster. Now, looking at him, like 55 meters and below, Tyreek, there's no way in the world. 100 meters, 200 meters, 400 meters, that's me all day, every day. Because now you're talking about running against and or with centrifugal force. You're talking about in and out of curves and stuff like that. But that's something that's another subject.
Now, Randall, I appreciate you coming on the show now, and I'm amazed that Randall Hill said somebody got to run them. So we're gonna leave it at that, man, bro. I appreciate you coming on the show, man. Enjoy the game this weekend and go Canes.
Hey, nice talking to you, Coach, and we'll talk soon. Thanks for having me on, bro.
You got it, baby.
That's Randall Hill.
Thanks, Randall.
The legendary Randall Thrill Hill.
Hey guys, Taylor Doll here. Thanks so much for watching 1010XL. If you're looking for even more great content, head over to our 1010XL Jaguars page or one of our college football pages.